I want to sincerely thank you for everything you did yesterday. If you hadn't been there to help me, I truly can't imagine how things might have turned out. It could have been a very dire situation for me, and I'm incredibly grateful that you were there when I needed assistance the most.
I really didn't do anything out of the ordinary, to be honest. I'm just relieved to hear that you're okay and that everything turned out fine in the end. That's what really matters.
No, really, you went above and beyond by even taking me all the way to the hospital. Considering it was so early in the morning and on a road with hardly anyone around, I honestly feel like I've been given a second chance at life. I've been dealing with a medical condition for some time, and I sometimes have episodes that can be quite serious.
I understand now. It's a relief to know that I was able to be there for you when it counted.
But still, I can't help but wonder what you were doing out at such an hour in the first place. It's not a time when most people are on the streets.
Oh, well, I work as a night janitor, so it just happened that my shift ended around the time I found you.
That makes sense. Working those kinds of hours must be incredibly tough on you. I can imagine how exhausting it must be to finish up your work and then have to deal with the challenges of getting home at that hour. I also happened to have a late shift myself yesterday, which is why I was out at that time. I know it's not good for my health, but I thought I could take a shortcut through that narrow back road.
Please, truly, don't worry about it. I simply did what anyone would have done in that situation. It felt like the right thing to do.
To say it's something anyone would have done is a bit of an understatement. In today's world where so many people seem indifferent to the struggles of others, it gives me great hope to know that there are kind-hearted individuals like you out there. As someone who might be getting on in years, I have to say that this experience made me realize that the world is not entirely a lost cause. There are still people who care.
Oh no, please don't say such nice things about me. I'm really just an ordinary person.
I'm truly grateful for your kindness. Thank you again for everything you did for me. I would love to treat you to something to show my appreciation. Maybe a meal or coffee sometime?
Honestly, there's no need for that. You can even delete my contact information right away if that makes you feel more comfortable.
That's not an option. If you don't let me express my gratitude properly, I might end up messaging you every night to thank you endlessly.
Well, is that really necessary? I don't want to burden you with my presence. However, I have my younger brother's wedding to attend tomorrow, so I need to wake up early. Maybe today isn't the best time to discuss this further, unfortunately.
What? Is that really the case? As it turns out, I have my daughter's wedding tomorrow, too. What an incredible coincidence.
Oh, really? Oh, that is indeed quite a coincidence. I'm sorry, then I should probably let you go so that you can prepare for that.
Oh, yes, I'm really sorry for holding you up with this conversation. Well then, good night to my lifesaver.
Why is that?
Wow, what an incredible coincidence. I can't believe that today's wedding is for your brother and my daughter. I apologize for not introducing myself sooner. I'm Bart, Angelica's father.
Oh, I'm sorry for the late introduction as well. I'm Beth, Alex's older sister.
I can hardly believe it. I had no idea that Alex had such a wonderful sister. Why didn't he ever mention you? He told me he was an only child.
Wait, Alex said that? I find that surprising. He must have wanted to keep his past a secret.
Yes, I heard that he lost his parents when he was in middle school and had to fend for himself from then on. That's quite impressive. When I learned about his story, I was moved to tears.
Really? That's understandable. It's a difficult journey, and I admire his resilience. He's been through so much at a young age, yet he's managed to stay strong.
Exactly. It takes a lot of strength to overcome such hardships. I can only imagine the struggles he faced alone. I feel lucky that he found someone like Angelica who can bring joy into his life.
Yes, Angelica's a bright light for him. I think they complement each other perfectly. They both deserve happiness after everything they've been through.
Absolutely.
By the way, I should mention that I have some preparations to attend to, so I will have to excuse myself for now.
Of course, I completely understand. We can catch up later. I'm just so grateful to think that I get to become part of your family, knowing how much you mean to Alex.
The feeling is mutual. I'm really looking forward to it. I don't recall ever inviting someone like you, a night janitor, or a woman of your low status, to this wedding. My husband also says he has no memory of being raised by you either. Honestly, what were you thinking, suddenly pouring wine on me like that? Well, it was you who sent out the invitation, wasn't it? Huh? That kind of invitation was merely a formality. I certainly didn't mean it. I don't genuinely want you to be here. I want to make it clear that even if we're related by obligation, I have no intention of letting someone like you become a part of our family. What about Alex? Does he feel the same way about this? That's exactly it. Alex has said that he doesn't remember being raised by you either. He finds it frustrating that you act as if you have some parental authority over him. That's simply... well, it's understandable, right? He's an elite businessman working for a major trading company, and I'm the only daughter of the chairman of the Mizoguchi Group. It makes perfect sense that he wouldn't want to get involved with someone like you. Why would you say such a thing about me? You're nothing but a disgrace to the family, don't you see that? I don't care if you believe you raised Alex or not, just look at yourself. You appear shabby, and let's face it, you're not exactly attractive either. The thought of you trying to join a family like ours, which is full of prominent and respected individuals, is frankly laughable. I'm not trying to join your family at all. My only intention is to witness my brother's wedding properly. It's a significant day for him, and I want to be there to support him. That's the exact reason why Alex is refusing you. Are you seriously trying to go against his wishes and do something he doesn't want? It's not about going against him, but even just watching from a distance is important to me. I just want to be there for him, even if I'm not directly involved in the festivities. Just your presence alone, as a woman who looks so out of place, will ruin the entire atmosphere of the venue. Instead of making a scene or struggling with this, why don't you just accept the reality? You're an adult, right? Wait a minute, can we talk about this? No, there is nothing more to say. You need to leave. This isn't a place where you belong. If you don't get out of here quickly, I might just take it upon myself to pour an entire bottle of wine over you next time. Fine, I'll go home. You won't have to worry about me anymore. Good, I'm glad to hear that. And just so you know, I'll be cutting ties with you as well. You should promise not to come near me or Alex ever again. I don't want to see you around us. I just wanted to be part of the family in some way, especially for Alex's sake. Don't flatter yourself. You're delusional if you think you can just waltz in and be part of our lives. You don't understand the world we live in. Alex deserves better than to be associated with someone like you. I never wanted to impose or create trouble for anyone. I just hoped that maybe, at least for today, I could celebrate this special occasion with him. It's too late for that now. You should have thought about this before showing up here. The invitation was nothing more than a polite gesture, and I won't let you ruin this day for my family. You need to realize that there are boundaries you cannot cross, and you've clearly crossed one by being here. I just wanted to support him. Well, you've done enough by making things uncomfortable. Now go. We don't need your kind around. Understood. I'll leave. Good. Remember what I said. Don't come back and don't think about trying to reach out to Alex or me again. Hey, what was that all about? You said something like that and then started calling me repeatedly? I'm currently on a bus, so I can't pick up the phone right now. A bus? Then turn around and come back to the next bus stop immediately. Wait, are you telling me to come back right now? Yes, just do what I say and get back here. If you really want, you can even take a plane to get here. I'll cover any transportation costs, no problem at all. I am really confused right now. What is going on? This is all so sudden. Do you know my dad or something? Well, I mean, we're sort of acquaintances. I think it's complicated, but... Oh, I get it. It must be because I'm not around. Why didn't you say that sooner? Your dad is looking for you. Can't you just say I felt unwell and went home? Seems like that would be the easiest solution. But it's already been established that Alex doesn't have a sister. How can a non-existent person suddenly claim to be feeling unwell? That doesn't make any sense. Then just convince them that she doesn't exist. You could easily explain that away. My dad completely believes in your existence. He's saying things like, the person herself said she's Alex's sister. She's not the kind of person who would lie. I never thought that the two of you would know each other, honestly. If I had just made up a bunch of stories, it would have spiraled completely out of control. It seems like this situation has turned incredibly complicated, hasn't it? I never intended for any of this to happen. Now it's to the point where it'll be too late if you don't show up in person. So please, I'm really begging you, come back right now. It's urgent. Wait a second. That guy was from the Mizoguchi Group's venue. I completely forgot about that after being shocked by the wine incident. He's quite a significant person, isn't he? What are you mumbling about? Just hurry and come back already. Don't you want to see Alex's wedding? It's a monumental day for him, and you should be there. No, I've decided to keep my distance from Alex. I might have been too involved in his life, and maybe that was a mistake. I don't want to complicate things further. No, I don't care about that. Just hurry up and get here. You don't have a choice in this matter. You have to come back, and you need to face the situation head on. Oh, speaking of which, I just got a message from him. Excuse me for a moment while I read this. Huh? No, wait, don't ignore what I just said. This is important. Listen, if you don't come back right now, everything will spiral out of control. My dad is worried sick about you. He's been trying to find you, and the last thing you want is for him to think something terrible has happened.
Beth, where on earth have you gone? Angelica and Alex are saying such strange things about you not existing.
I'm sorry, it's just that a lot has happened.
I'm so relieved. I was starting to think you were just a mirage or something.
No, I'm not a mirage at all. I really am Alex's sister.
Then why did you disappear from the wedding? If you're truly his sister, you're his only family. To leave before the ceremony even started is quite strange.
It's difficult to explain, but let me show you a message from Angelica.
Wait, is it true? Did Angelica really say such things?
Yes, I've only met her about 2 times, but seems like she holds quite a grudge against me.
I can't believe Angelica would say something like this. This is my fault. I must have been too lenient with her.
She probably has a bad impression of me based on what Alex told her.
From what I can see in your exchanges, it looks like you were splashed with wine? I'm so sorry. I'll cover the cleaning costs. No, the compensation costs. Actually, I'll make it up to you by gifting you a whole new wardrobe.
Oh no, that would only complicate things for me. Besides, my dress was cheap anyway.
No, I insist on compensating you. I can't think of how to properly apologize.
Please, don't worry about it. I'm used to being treated this way. It seems Alex really disliked me for a long time, too.
This isn't just about the wedding anymore. I need to lecture those two. How dare they insult someone as admirable as you?
Please, wait a moment. I'm fine with this.
I can't accept that. Listen, you have every right to feel hurt by what happened. This is unacceptable behavior on their part, especially towards you. You are Alex's sister, and you deserve respect at his wedding, a day that should be filled with joy, not insults.
I understand how you feel, but confronting them right now might not lead to anything productive. It might just escalate the situation further.
But they can't just get away with this. It's infuriating to think about how they treated you, and as family, I should be defending you. You deserve better than that, especially from people who are supposed to care about you.
You're right, but I'm afraid that if I make a big scene, it might cause more issues for Alex on his special day. I don't want to be the reason for any drama or tension during his wedding.
You're thinking too much about others' feelings. What about yours? You're the one who was humiliated. It's important to stand up for yourself. Alex should know what his fiancée did to his sister. He needs to understand that this kind of treatment is unacceptable, no matter the circumstance.
I really do appreciate your concern and support, but I don't want to make things worse for Alex. He's been through so much, and I don't want to add more stress on his wedding day.
I completely understand your desire to protect him, but this is also about you. You shouldn't have to endure humiliation silently. Families should support each other, and that includes speaking up when something is wrong.
I know you're trying to help, and it means a lot to me. It's just that I'm not sure if now is the right time. Maybe after the ceremony, I can address this with Alex and Angelica.
No, you shouldn't wait. The sooner you confront this, the better. If you don't address it now, it might continue to fester and cause more problems later on. You deserve to be acknowledged as part of this family, not pushed aside.
You're making a strong point. Maybe I've been too passive about all this. I should take a stand for myself and make it clear that this behavior is unacceptable. I just wish I knew how to approach it without creating a scene.
Trust me, I'll be right by your side. We can confront them together. I'll help you. You shouldn't have to do this alone.
Thank you. It feels good to know I have your support. I won't let them disrespect me anymore.
Angelica, you have done something absolutely outrageous. You insulted Beth, splashed wine on her, and chased her out of the venue? She saved my life, and yet you...
No, but I didn't think she would be your acquaintance. Besides, she seemed so gloomy and her outfit looked cheap. I thought she wouldn't be suitable for our family. I was doing it for the good of the family.
For the good of the family? This isn't just about the family. This is a disgrace to the entire Mizoguchi group. Do you know what our group's biggest policy is?
To make as much money as possible, maybe?
Is there such a policy? No, it's not that. Our policy is to repay the kindness shown to us.
I think I've heard something like that before.
We, the Mizoguchi family, value the act of returning a favor more than anything else. The belief is that by returning a favor twofold, everyone becomes happy, right? To repay a favor with ingratitude is utterly unacceptable. It's an unprecedented and the worst possible act.
So you didn't even know that I had a favor to repay? Besides, she's just a night janitor. She has nothing to do with the Mizoguchi group.
No, she does have a connection to the Mizoguchi group. She saved me yesterday when I collapsed from a seizure.
Huh?
If she hadn't taken me to the hospital, I would have been done for. If the top person in our group were to vanish, the Mizoguchi group would collapse like a house of cards. In other words, she saved not just me, but the entire Mizoguchi group.
But that doesn't mean we should associate with someone like her.
Right now, you and Alex are the ones who are truly at the bottom. You both seem to look down on people based on their jobs, but that is a huge mistake. A person's value is determined by their actions. Don't forget that.
If I had known the circumstances, I would never have acted like that. I'll reflect on it properly. Isn't that good enough?
No, that's not good enough. I'm cutting all ties with you as a father.
What? Why?
It's only natural. As the chairman and as your father, I can't allow this to slide. I realize now that I may have spoiled you too much. I've only been thinking about repaying the favor of bringing you into this world.
Wait a minute. You can't just sever all ties all of a sudden. Don't you love me? I'm your daughter.
Because I love you, it's sometimes necessary to distance myself. Your arrogant personality is definitely my fault.
No, you are absolutely overreacting. I can't accept this.
I'm very disappointed in both of you. I've already made up my mind. Do you understand?
Wait!
You don't understand the gravity of this situation, do you? It's not just about you or me. It's about our family and the reputation of the Mizoguchi group. Do you have any idea how hard I worked to build this reputation? And now you just throw it away with a single thoughtless act? You need to start taking responsibility for your actions, Angelica.
I didn't mean to ruin anything. I was just trying to protect our family. I thought it was for the best.
By demeaning someone who saved my life, that's not protecting anything. That's betrayal. It's crucial to recognize who truly deserves respect, regardless of their job or status. Do you honestly think that wealth and position define a person's worth?
I just wanted to keep the family image intact. That's why I reacted that way. I thought if we distanced ourselves from her, we would be better off.
Better off? You've only brought shame upon us. What do you think will happen if word gets out about your actions? The media will jump on it and the scandal will reflect poorly on our group.
But I didn't think it would go this far.
That's the problem. You didn't think at all. You acted rashly without considering the consequences. Do you realize that your actions could have jeopardized everything I've worked for?
But it's not like I intended to hurt anyone. I thought I was doing the right thing.
Sometimes the right thing isn't as clear as you think. You need to look beyond yourself and consider the bigger picture.
I'm trying. I really am. I just didn't know.
Well, now you know. And because of your ignorance, you're facing the consequences.
This can't be happening. You're my father. You can't just throw me away like this.
It seems that's exactly what I must do, Angelica, for your own good and for the good of the Mizoguchi group.
Hey, Beth, I'm really sorry. I had no idea that your father was saved by you. If I had known, I would never have done something like that. Really. Suddenly apologizing like this means your father really got angry, right? It's not just that he got angry. He cut ties with me. You know that's going to cause trouble for you too, right? Me? Why would it trouble me? Because if this goes on, Alex can become a part of the Mizoguchi group, you know? You should definitely not let that opportunity slip away. I never thought about it that way. All I want is for Alex to be happy. If he wants to distance himself from me, then that's fine by me. Alex doesn't feel that way anymore. He says he wants to get along with you again. That's because of the situation we're in, right? Deep down, he probably thinks of me as a bottom feeder. I've noticed for a while that Alex has been getting annoyed with me. That doesn't matter. Just tell me how much you want. Huh? Just tell me how much you want. You want money, right? How much would it take for you to forgive me? This isn't about forgiveness. I've already decided to withdraw on my own. I didn't raise Alex to put any obligations on him. Ugh, this is so annoying. I don't care about those kinds of poses. You want money, right? If not, then what is it? Do you think everything can be solved with money and power? Huh? That's how it actually is, isn't it? You're probably going to bring up compensation or damages later anyway. So just say how much you want. I have enough savings to give you something. I don't need money, just understand that. There are problems that cannot be solved with money or power. Huh? So what should I do? What do you want from me? Tell me. You can't do anything. All you can do is accept the situation. What the? Just accept the money and that's it, right? I really don't get this. What's wrong with you? Then what do you want? I don't want anything. I don't care about myself. I just want Alex to be happy. Then right now, Alex is in a big pinch, you know. Because of your father, the wedding is about to be canceled, and he's being charged for the costs, so he's not happy at all. Moreover, there are many people from his workplace coming to the wedding, and this could affect his social reputation. If you want him to be happy, you have to do something about this. For him to be happy, he needs to grow as a person. To grow, he has to reflect on himself and become someone who can genuinely think about his actions. Huh? So you're saying you'll abandon him while saying it's all for Alex's sake? What a great foster parent you are. No wonder he hates you. I don't care if I'm hated or what happens to me. I'm sure Alex will realize his own shortcomings and be able to grow again. And you, Angelica, can do the same. Huh? Who do you think you are, acting so high and mighty? Your father wants you to grow too. He may be very meddlesome and persistent, but I think he's a loving and good father. What do you know? Don't act like you understand everything. This is ridiculous. You all are just cold parents. Angelica, please take care of Alex. If social repercussions come for you two, the only allies you'll have are each other. Shut up. I don't care about that. You're his foster parent, right? Then help him. No, I can't. Didn't he say it himself? He doesn't remember being raised by me. What do you mean you can't help? You raised him. You should know what's best for him. It's not that simple. I can't interfere anymore. He has to realize things on his own. Then what's the point of raising him if you're just going to let him drown? You've lost your chance to help him, and now you're just going to sit back and watch him fail? Sometimes stepping back is the best way to help someone grow. He has to learn from this experience, even if it's painful. That's how he'll become stronger. You're saying you'd let him struggle and not intervene? That is so selfish. You have to get involved. Selfish? You're the one being selfish here. You think throwing money at a problem will make it go away? Real growth requires more than just a financial solution. Then what do you want from me? You're acting like you have all the answers. It's not about me having all the answers. It's about Alex finding his own path. He needs to understand the value of his relationships, not just his career. You really think he cares about that right now? He is worried about his future, and you're talking about relationships? I do think that if he values his relationships, he'll understand that success is more than just a paycheck. It's about the people you surround yourself with. You're impossible. You're sitting here judging me while your so-called wisdom is doing nothing to help him. I'm not judging you. I'm trying to make you see the bigger picture. If you care about Alex, you'll let him figure this out. You're just trying to avoid responsibility. What kind of parent does that? A parent who knows when to step back. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is let go. I want him to learn to stand on his own 2 feet. You're so full of it. You think you know what's best for him, but you don't. No, you're wrong. I'm not saying I know what's best. I'm saying that he needs to find his own way. If he never learns that, he'll never truly be happy. What if he loses everything in the process? What if he never recovers from this? That's a risk we all take in life. It's painful, but sometimes the most important lessons come from our failures. You're seriously deluded. This isn't some grand philosophy. This is about real life. And in real life, people need to learn from their mistakes. If you keep coddling him, you're not doing him any favors. You just don't get it. This is about his happiness. You're jeopardizing that. No, I am prioritizing his long-term happiness over temporary comfort. He needs to face the consequences of his actions. You are so frustrating. I can't believe you're taking this stance right now. It's frustrating for me too, but it's necessary. We can't keep pretending that everything will work out just because we want it to. This is unreal. I never thought you'd be this cold-hearted. I'm not cold-hearted. I care about Alex deeply, which is why I'm taking this stance. Then why can't you just help him out this once? Just this one time? Because it wouldn't be true help. It would be enabling his avoidance of responsibility. I won't be a part of that. Ugh, I can't deal with this. I am so done with you and your so-called wisdom. I'm not asking you to agree with me. I am asking you to understand. This is for Alex's sake. I don't care. He needs your help now. No, he needs to learn, and I won't stand in the way of that growth. You are infuriating. You are nothing but a coward hiding behind your ideals. If standing up for what I believe in makes me a coward, then so be it. I want what's best for him in the long run. What you think is best is ruining his life right now. No, what's ruining his life is not understanding the value of responsibility in relationships. I'm done. I can't keep arguing with someone who refuses to see reason. Then maybe you should consider what I'm saying instead of dismissing it so easily. I'm not going to listen to you. You've lost all credibility with me. That's fine, but when you see the consequences of your actions, don't say I didn't warn you.
Beth, I truly apologize for what happened this time. My daughter's actions stemmed from my own shortcomings as her father. I want to express my sincerest apologies.
No, please wait. The situation is the responsibility of both Angelica and Alex. As parents, neither of us can be blamed solely. Well, I am her guardian, but I'm actually her sister.
But still, I owe a debt of gratitude for saving my life, so I must find a way to show my appreciation to you.
Your enthusiasm for repaying that debt is remarkable, I understand. Well then, I will graciously accept your gratitude.
Thank you so much. Since it might be worrisome for you to be alone with me, I would like to invite you to join us with acquaintances.
You are very considerate in that regard, as expected of you.
Oh, it's only natural. I can't let you feel like you have to worry about such things.
That's true. Then I will take you up on your offer. Let's discuss parenting. Raising a child is filled with challenges and joys. There are moments of happiness, but there are also times when you feel lost, wondering if you're doing the right thing. Each child is unique, and what works for one may not work for another. It's essential to be flexible and open-minded, to truly understand their needs and emotions. Establishing a good line of communication with your child is crucial. They need to feel that they can talk to you about anything without fear of judgment. Creating a safe space for them fosters trust and strengthens the bond between parent and child. It encourages them to share their thoughts and feelings, which can help in their emotional development. Being a parent is not just about providing, it's about being present in their lives and actively participating in their journey. It can be demanding, but it's incredibly rewarding. Now I'm a bit short on time here, so let's make a date to meet and talk a lot more.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you, Beth.
The wedding of Angelica and Alex has been canceled, and all the monetary gifts have been returned. The extravagant costs will be borne by the two of them. Isolated and having lost their positions and jobs, they've moved into a cheap apartment, clinging to each other as they attempt to start over from scratch. It seems they've taken on the very night jobs they once looked down upon, and while I don't know how they feel about it, I hope they'll learn that there is no such thing as a lowly profession. Since then, I've been in occasional contact with the chairman of Mizoguchi, and we sometimes discuss Alex and Angelica. Although we've severed ties, we still worry about them. However, we are doing our best to refrain from extending a helping hand, as we believe that doing so would not benefit them in the long run. I plan to continue supporting them from the shadows, hoping that they find their way and learn from this experience. Starting anew can be daunting, but sometimes adversity can lead to personal growth. My hope is that through their struggles, they will discover what truly matters in life and how to rebuild their lives with resilience and determination. As they navigate this challenging time, I wish them strength and courage, trusting that they will emerge from this ordeal with newfound wisdom and a stronger bond.
Hey, just who do you think you are cutting in front of me like that, huh? You've really got some nerve, do you know that? I mean, who even are you anyways? The cleaning staff or something? Why the heck is some old hag like you even here in the first place, huh?
I'm sorry, but what is this all about? I don't even have your number saved in my phone. In fact, the one who should be asking questions around here is me. For instance, why in the world did you throw that plate right at my head?
I'm just glad that my aim was dead on. I was almost scared that it would go flying past you and hit someone else. But you can really only blame yourself for getting hit with that plate. I mean, I didn't have any other means of getting rid of you. And you still haven't answered my question about just what you think that you were doing here in the first place anyways. So why don't you go ahead and answer me first instead? I mean, seriously? You were holding a mop. Are you even invited to this thing? Are you part of the cleaning staff here? Or did you just try and break into this wedding and thought the mop would make a good disguise?
I will have you know that I am invited to this event and I am supposed to be here. I've done nothing wrong at all. So what I want to know is why you threw a plate at my head just because I walked past you. That was completely uncalled for.
Maybe next time you should watch where you were walking, and especially who you're walking around. You really had some nerve just walking in front of me as if I was a nobody. Don't you know who I am? I really wish that sometimes we all had to wear badges that showed how important we were, so that then losers like you would be forced to reckon with how useless you are compared to winners like me.
What in the world are you talking about? I'm serious. Is there something wrong with you? Should I call someone to come here and take care of you or something like that?
Oh, well, I am just so happy that you're thinking of my well-being. But I don't need anyone's help for anything. Thank you very much. But if anyone around here needs their head checked, then it is you for thinking that you could just walk in front of me and cross my path like that. Next time, remember your place and don't ever get in my way again. Do you understand me? I won't be asking twice, and the punishment for next time will be 2 times what I gave you.
You're just a guest at this wedding too, right? Judging by where you're seated, I'm going to guess that the groom is just your boss from work, right? So why in the world are you acting so uppity and self-important at a wedding that isn't even yours to begin with?
And just who do you think you are to be talking to me like that, huh? Haven't you realized that I'm the better person than you in all of this? Don't you realize you're fighting a losing battle? After all, you were holding a mop. I don't care if you were invited. You were clearly just brought over to clean up once everyone is done. Maybe next time I'll throw some wet rags at you so you can clean even better.
Honestly, what is the matter with you? So what if I was just a member of the cleaning staff here at the wedding venue? You still shouldn't treat people like this. But I think you've given me more than enough information to know exactly what kind of person you are.
And now you're trying to tell me that you're not just another member of the cleaning staff? I suppose it really doesn't matter what your job is here. Everyone here from the office is beneath my position anyways. But I guess that's what separates me from all the other rubes. I'm the only one here who realizes that in this world, it's eat or be eaten. Clearly everyone else is too busy being eaten to smarten up and live like me.
Right, yeah. You are exactly the kind of person that I think you are. And that is not a good thing, let me tell you that much.
Whatever. You just watch yourself next time. Or else. Got it? Because you're already on thin ice being such a poor loser and showing up to a wedding like this. Anyways, I made quite the mess when I threw that plate at your head earlier while you were walking in front of me. So why don't you find a broom and clean it up?
Huh? You know that you're not going to get away with this, right? I'll make sure of that.
Oh, yeah? And just what are you going to do about it, huh?
Hey, Tina! Are you okay? Where'd you run off to?
I'm sorry, I'm in the changing room right now. I just needed to set myself straight after all that happened. And I think I also just need to sit down and catch my breath before I change my clothes.
Are you sure you're okay, though? I mean, I heard the sound of a plate breaking and people screaming, and I was really, really worried.
I really am okay. Thanks for asking, though. That was just all the doing of Rosalind. Can you believe that she threw a plate at me?
So that's what happened. But wait, why in the world would Rosalind do that to you? What was she trying to accomplish?
I think she was trying to hit me with a plate. And I think that she did accomplish it. I guess she thought that I was a member of the cleaning staff for her company or something like that. I didn't realize that I was crossing her path, though, and that's why she got upset and did what she did to me. But I'm just glad she didn't hit me somewhere where it could have been really dangerous.
Yeah, that's good at least. But still, I can't believe that she would do that to you. That's totally crazy. And I just feel so bad that I couldn't do anything to stop her at all.
Well, I think we should just be grateful that nobody else got hurt in that little stunt of hers. Maybe some people's suits and dresses got hit with food, but that's still better than suffering any kind of injury. And you really shouldn't be blaming yourself for any of this, you know? I mean, I also feel guilty for knowing that a girl like that works for the company.
I know. But now that I know what caused all the commotion, I think that she and I will have to have a little talk. I mean, I was really excited when we hired her on, but I had no idea that she was such a loose cannon. Here I thought we were really being able to count on her.
Well, I guess sometimes these kinds of people make it through the interview process, don't they? But anyways, she still seems to think that I'm just a member of the cleaning staff. She keeps ordering me to clean up messes around the venue.
What's the matter with her? Doesn't she realize that she's acting like a child in front of all her colleagues who are also at this wedding right now?
I just don't even know if she realizes that what she's doing is bad. I mean, I don't think she even has that level of self-awareness. But all that she is doing right now is just sabotaging herself in front of half the company she just got hired to work for.
You're right. And we can't let her get away with this, especially after she tried to target you for one of her attacks. I can't just sit back and do nothing about this. I mean, especially not when it's a big special day like this. We can't let her make it all about whatever she wants it to be.
I appreciate how worked up you're getting, Ivan, but I'm just grateful that I and no one else were injured in all of this. Maybe you should just take a breath and try to calm down before the wedding starts. Don't you think? Like you said, this is a big special day and we shouldn't let what some crazy lady does ruin it, right?
You might be right about that, Tina. But just, please be careful. I would hate for something else like this to happen today.
Well, I am sure that if Rosalind had any idea about who I really was, that she would feel really foolish about what she just did. I really can't believe that you actually did that. I mean, really? What is the matter with you? Literally, how did you even make this big of a mess in the time that I was away? I just don't get it. Don't you realize what a mess you're making here and what a bother you're being to everyone else here? Don't you have any shame at all?
The only one who should be ashamed here is you. Of not doing your job as the cleaning lady, that is. Now hurry up and start cleaning this place up right now. After all, it is why you were invited here, right? You're just here to be a cleaning lady and nothing else? Now chop chop, get sweeping.
You know, it really, really pains me to have to do this on a day like today, but you really are leaving me with no other choice through your behavior. I am not going to be cleaning anything. In fact, you made this mess, so you are going to clean it up right now.
Are you crazy? Have you seriously lost your mind or something? Just why in the world would I do your job for you? You're the cleaning lady, and I'm the real employee. So when I point to something and tell you to clean it, I don't want to hear any back talk. You need to shut up and do as I say. You are cleaning staff, and it is your job to clean. Do you understand me?
I really just don't even know how to deal with someone who thinks like you. I mean, why is all this cleaning falling to me anyways?
I thought I told you that I was getting tired of you talking back to me. I told you that your job was to listen to me when I say something needs to be cleaned, and then clean it. Don't you know that I'm a fast track to the top of this company? You're nobody compared to me, and it's high time you showed me some respect. You should be lucky that you still even have your job after all of this talking back to me that you have been doing. Now, if you want to earn a living in this world, you'll get your mop and start cleaning.
It sounds to me like you're really, really happy about getting your job at this company, aren't you?
And just who are you to make that kind of claim about me, huh? You don't know me. Just shut up and do your job already. I've never had to deal with help as rude as you.
You really are full of yourself, aren't you? But are you sure you know who you're really talking to right now?
You make that sound like a bad thing. Of course I'm self-confident when I'm dealing with little peon nobodies like you. You're literally no one. You have no idea what I've had to do to get to where I am. I graduated at the top of my class with amazing grades, and that's how I got my job at one of the largest companies in the whole country. Besides, I have plans for my section head. After all, he's not bad on the eyes, and I'm sure that if him and I got together, we could make sure that our careers went exactly the way that we wanted them to. After all, you know what they say, right? To get ahead in life, it's all about who you know.
But I just mean that you sound so confident that all those things are going to come true for you. Of course, it's important to have good grades and a strong resume, but you know that companies care about character as well, right?
Just why is a little worm like you talking to me about my character, huh? You don't know a single thing about me. Now, why aren't you on the floor with a rag cleaning up the mess that I have ordered you to clean up several times now?
I'm not cleaning because I've already told you that I won't be, and that you are going to clean up the mess that you made. Now, take responsibility for what you have done and start mopping.
You think that I'm going to clean up that mess? That's rich coming from a little cleaning lady like you. You must really be stupid or something. Besides, where's your proof that I made this mess, huh? Don't you realize just how lucky you are to even be here? The least you can do is clean up to show your gratitude. After all, the real reason you were invited was probably just to clean up after everything is done here.
Are you sure about that? You sure talk as if you know everything that's going on around here, don't you?
And just what's wrong with talking like that if I do know everything that is going on around here? Huh? You really need to learn who you're talking to. I mean, just what was the CEO of my company thinking, inviting a loser nobody like you to his wedding like this? Sometimes I just don't know what goes on in that head of his.
Well, I have a few hunches of how I might have ended up here. But the one that seems the most likely is that I'm here to marry my fiancé.
Wait, what? What is that supposed to mean? Is there a second wedding going on here or something like that?
No, nothing like that. It's just that your CEO who is getting married today had to be getting married to someone, right? Anyways, if I were you, I would really start getting to cleaning up that mess of yours before it's too late.
Whoa. I still don't get what it is that you were trying to tell me with all of that. I mean, is your head okay? Are you just living in some kind of dreamland or something like that?
I guess you really don't know as much as you think. I would ask some of the other guests if you don't believe me.
Oh, trust me, I will. I'll ask them if they can believe that a lowly nobody like you actually thinks that they are going to marry the CEO of my company. In fact, maybe I'll go up and ask the CEO himself, and then we can have a long laugh about how delusional you are.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, actually. Why don't you go ahead and do that then?
Hi there, boss. This is Rosalind. I just wanted to thank you again for inviting me to your amazing wedding. I really am so happy to be here. But I just had one little question for you. Who is it that you are going to be getting married to today? I don't think that I even know who your fiancé is.
What the heck are you doing messaging me right now, huh?
Boss, I said it was me, Rosalind. You know who I am. I'm only trying to ask about who it is that you are going to be marrying today since we are all here for your wedding. Because I was talking to this crazy cleaning lady from our office, and get this. She said that she was supposed to be the one marrying you today. I told her that she was crazy, and she told me to go and ask you.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. And yes, she's gonna be my wife.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
I take it that wasn't the answer that you were looking for, right? But it's true. She's my wife, and I'm very proud to be marrying her.
But hold on a second. I don't understand. What's going on here? This doesn't make any sense at all.
What doesn't make sense to me is why you think that you can treat my bride the way you've been at her own wedding. Don't you have sense of shame about yourself at all?
But I mean, this still isn't adding up at all. So then, you're the CEO of a company and you're going to marry some cleaning lady?
And just what's so wrong about that? Do you have a problem with my choice of spouse or something?
No, of course not. There's nothing wrong with wanting to marry whoever you love, of course. But I guess what I'm really confused about is why you two are getting together in the first place.
You said so yourself, didn't you? Because of love. I don't think that I need to explain myself any more than that to you, do I?
Right, no, of course not. I mean, I'm sure that she's a really wonderful person, of course, but well, don't you think that you'd be better off marrying someone a little closer to your status?
You really are showing everyone just what kind of person you really are today, aren't you? But there's something you should know. I, as CEO of this company, think of all my workers in equal light. Though everybody may have different jobs, get different wages, and have different regulations, I want everybody in my office to be able to get along. Or at the very least, treat each other like equals.
Of course, I think it's totally reasonable as the head of a hierarchical structure to think that just wanting equality is enough to overcome material differences in livelihoods.
Well, of course it can. That's just how the world works. But what I want to know is why you had the nerve to throw that plate at my fiancé!
You mean that you heard about me doing that?
Just answer the question right now. Don't you know that you have to obey whatever your boss tells you to, even outside of work?
Well, the reason I threw the plate was because I had no other choice. I mean, that's not it. It's because my hand slipped. That's right, my hand slipped.
And that's really what you want to go with? You just want to say that your hand slipped and that's all that happened?
Yes. I mean, of course that's what happened. I was there, so I should know, right?
I see. Well, I think I know all I need to know in that case.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean that you know all you need to know in this case? What are you going to do? Tina, are you there? I just wanted to say that I am so sorry for what I did to you. I really had no idea that you and Ivan were engaged to be married. I had no idea that you were my boss's fiancé. I really don't care at all about your apologies, Rosalind. But I want to know who is going to pay for all the damage that you caused. The damage that I caused? What do you mean the damage that I caused? And what do you mean who is going to pay for it? I don't get what you're trying to say.
You mean you really think that breaking plates, wasting food, splattering people's clothes with bits of brunch are all just going to be swept under the rug? I don't think so. Especially not when it's clear that you've done no reflection on your actions at all.
But of course I reflected. I came to apologize to you for what I did because I didn't know who you were, did I?
Not only that, but you also stained the carpet of our wedding venue with the mess that you caused. And even though the carpet is probably the least expensive thing that you'll have to pay for, just know that you will be charged for that as well.
But then how much money am I looking at having to pay? And are you really going to make me pay for every little mess that happens at a wedding?
I would say you are probably looking at about $250,000 with all this. And that's only including all the messes that you made. Did you think that making a mess in a place like this was going to be cheap? Have you seen where we are right now? But you didn't care. You just wanted to live in your little fantasy world of hierarchy where you can treat people however you want.
Wait, please. I just hold on for a second. I mean, how do you even know how much all of this stuff costs? Why do you know how much it would cost to clean a carpet like this? Well, that's because I own this venue. So I should know what everything costs. Wait, what? What do you mean by that? I don't get what you're trying to tell me. What does that mean that you own this venue? That doesn't make any sense at all. Well, let me break it down for you then. Before I owned this place, it belonged to my mother. Then when she died, I took over the family business of running this place. Of course, I have other jobs, but also have a staff under me who I can use to help me get the things I need done. Although I am just a bit of a clean freak, so I hope that you're not too surprised that I know just how much it costs to clean up messes. So then, when you were walking around earlier with a mop... I know what you're thinking. Why on earth would a bride be mopping at her own wedding? Why would she be doing that when surely a place like this has a staff that would be able to handle messes in a second, right? And yet, after I went at this place with a mop, there wasn't a single square inch that wasn't sparkling. Well, I guess now that you mention it, this place is pretty clean, actually. That's right. But I also helped clean because I hate the idea of others doing something for me that I can do myself. It may be my wedding, but that doesn't mean that I'm some glass doll who can't function on her own. I wanted my staff to see that I mean it when I say they're all equals in my company. Besides, more than anything, I'm just a little bit of a perfectionist, and if things aren't done to my specifications, then I won't be happy. But I've learned that the best way to make sure that happens is just to do the work myself. But I suppose that someone like you has never thought about actually doing something for yourself, have you? It's clear that you expect people like those who work on the cleaning staff to clean up after your messes and take your abuse on top of that. You really are one of the worst kinds of people. Do you know that? You're what's wrong with the world. You mean I'm what's wrong with the world because I look down on people? Are you kidding me? You literally hurled a glass plate at me because you thought I was a cleaning staff member who walked in front of you. I really don't know what else to say except that you're a terrible person with a terrible worldview. I've met plenty of selfish people in my days, but you have got to be one of the worst. Okay, I'm sorry, jeez. I'll pay whatever the damages are. I know you will. That was never up for debate, Rosalind. Of course. So then... So what? Well, I was just hoping that you could tell Ivan that I thought about my actions, realized what I did was wrong, and agreed to pay for damages. If you could just tell him all of that. I see what's going on here. You think that you're going to be fired for this, and so you want me to talk to your boss for you. Is that right? Come on! I already said that I would pay for everything, didn't I? Oh, and you will pay. Trust me. I am going to make sure of that. But who knows? Ivan really is a bit of a pushover. You might be fine. You mean it? That's amazing. Thank you so much. Sorry, you didn't let me finish. He might let you off the hook, but I won't as upper management of the same company that you work for. In fact, as head of HR, I have significant power in choosing who does, and doesn't, have a job here depending on their behavior. And I'm afraid that you've proven yourself to be a terrible employee. And for that reason, we have no choice but to fire you. No, wait, hold on. You can't actually be serious about that, right? I mean, you're not really going to fire me after I already said that I was sorry and going to be paying for all the damages, are you? Of course I'm going to fire you. It's clear that you haven't really thought at all about why what you did was wrong. And you were going to pay for what you did either way. You were never, ever going to get out of paying for the damage that you caused. And then when you have paid for everything, I'll fire you. It really is quite a simple process if I'm being honest. But come on, don't you think that you're taking things just a little bit too far with all of that? I really don't think that I've even started to take it nearly far enough for what you deserve. And you should know that I have significant pull in this town. Lots of people know me at all the companies that you might think to job hunt at. So I suppose that you might have some real trouble in the job market in the future? You mean that you would really sabotage my whole career just over this? That's taking this whole thing way too far now.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure you will be able to find another job in another field. But you are going to be put on a blacklist in this industry until the end of time.
You can't be serious about that. Please, you have to forgive me. Don't do this to me, I'm begging you. This can't be happening to me. I refuse to accept it. How did it all come to this?
Well, it all came to this. When a bride at her own wedding walks past one of the guests there and the guest decides to assault the bride with a plate. I think it's pretty clear to see who is in the wrong when you take a step back and look at it like that. Can't you?
But, I mean, please, you have to at least talk to my supervisor. He knows how hard I work for this company and how much I've given. Please, you have to talk to him at least once before you fire me. I know that he'll stick up for me.
And you really think whatever he has to say is going to trump all of the security footage of you throwing the plate at me and making a big mess all over the venue?
Oh, wait, what do you mean by that? You mean that there was a camera that was recording me the whole time when I threw the plate at you and when I made the mess after you left the room? Are you saying there's footage of me doing all of that?
That's right. And while I'm sure your supervisor might be at pains to see you go, the fact of the matter is that we can't be encouraging this kind of behavior among our employers. So I'm sorry, but I really don't see how anything you might be able to mention would ever change my mind about what I'm about to do.
I had no idea that a fancy place like this, dealing with hundreds of customers and guests day in and day out, would have security cameras installed. That's just... it's unthinkable.
And it all means that no matter what anyone says, there is always going to be that hard evidence against you. Now, I don't want to ever see your face again. Do you understand me?
Wait, please, don't do this to me. This is taking things way too far. I mean, you're talking about ending my career. You can't do that.
Are you sure about that? You are more than welcome to try and stop me. But if you really think that that position is everything when it comes to working in this company, then you already know that you don't have a chance. After that, Rosalind tried asking her supervisor to step in and try to save her job. He put up a fight and begged me not to go through with my decision, citing all the hard work that Rosalind had put in since she started at the company. But when I showed her the footage from the wedding, he didn't have anything else to say. So, Rosalind was fired from her job. She ended up moving back in with her parents, and I hear that she was becoming something of a recluse now. Although I can't blame her, since after she was fired, she found out that I followed through on my promise to blacklist her from every company in our industry. And to think that she might have had a really great career waiting ahead of her. If only she didn't get a huge ego and think she could treat people however she wanted to. I hear that she ended up finding some part-time work at her parents' requests. Though I can hardly imagine with pride like hers lasting in a job like that long. As for Ivan and I, after we chased off Rosalind from our wedding, things finally calmed down and we were able to proceed with the ceremony without any further incident. In fact, after she was gone, many of the guests came up to me and apologized to me for not doing anything about Rosalind before. I told them it was fine and that I understand just how scary a woman like that could be to approach. In the end, I was just happy that everyone was safe and that my marriage was able to happen without any further incident. Thank you for watching! If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hello there, Tina. Are you there? I just had to talk with you about something rather quickly if you had the time. You do know about the family vacation that we're all going to be going on soon, don't you? I was just curious if you were actually thinking that you were going to be coming along with us. I guess what I'm really trying to ask is that you don't really think that you're a part of this family, do you? Because if you do, then I really just think that you need to wake up and face the real world. You are a nobody to us. You're nothing. And you are certainly not, nor will you ever be a member of this family.
Hello, Rachel. It's just so lovely to hear from you. Thank you so much for double-checking my schedule. Yes, I was, in fact, thinking of going on the trip, if you must know. After all, you were all going to go in our car, isn't that right?
Yes, we were going to use your car, but I don't see why you think that gives you a right to come along with us. I mean, do you really need to tag along?
Well, it's been a long time since my husband and I have gotten to take a trip. But I remember that Dan mentioned wanting to stop at a nice brewery that was going to be on the way and asked if I wouldn't mind driving so he could drink a little. So actually, another reason why I was going along is to make sure that everyone can have safe, responsible fun. You actually have nothing to worry about, you see. I'll be the one driving.
Oh, please. What kind of stupid little excuse is that? Is that really the best you can come up with? You think you deserve to go with us just because you can drive? Anybody can drive, you know?
Sorry, did you even read the other messages I sent, or did you just zero in on the bit that you didn't want to hear?
Don't you get smart with me, young lady. I just want you to realize that you are not a part of our family and you never, ever will be. So quit trying to force your way into this vacation when you don't even belong. Don't you understand how rude you're being?
I really don't think that I'm being rude at all. If anything, you're the one trying to put me down and make me feel bad. But I'm afraid if you're not really going to change your mind about me at all, then all I can ask that you do is just have the patience to see the trip through to the very end. After all, it isn't like we all go on trips all the time together or something.
Well, of course we don't all take trips together more often. Who in their right mind would want to go anywhere with you, huh?
I fully understand what you're saying right now, Rachel. I have my own thoughts on the matter as well. But I don't think that we should be having this conversation via text. Maybe we could meet in person and talk? Because otherwise, I'm going to pick you all up in the car tomorrow at the time we all agreed on.
I just don't get what my little Dan was thinking. I mean, what drove him to marry a no-good, nasty woman like yourself? Not only is your personality awful, but you're older than him as well. I mean, you must have so much patience in dealing with you. You know, he used to date gorgeous women who were younger than him and knew how to show respect to their mother-in-law. Maybe if he had married one of them instead of you, then I would finally have a grandchild by now.
Sorry, are you talking about the ex-girlfriend that Dan had who stole all of his money and then ran away?
I don't really know all the details of why they broke up, so don't go quizzing me about my own son's love life. All I'm saying is that my son would be much better off with a woman who was younger than him.
If all that matters is age, then I guess that means I'm better for Dan than you are, isn't that right? Or am I misunderstanding the point that you're trying to make here?
Of course, that wasn't what I was trying to say, and you know that. Ugh. You really can be such a frustrating person to deal with, do you know that? I knew that I should have never ever allowed my son to marry someone like you.
Oh, I know exactly what you meant, but would you like to know how? It's because you've complained about my age to me over and over again. I mean, aren't you bored of having this same conversation all the time? I don't even need to guess at what you might say next because we've already done this several times.
And I'll say it as many times as I need to for you to get it through your head that you are too old for my son and that you were never going to be a part of this family. If you don't want to hear the truth about the matter, then you can just pack up your bags and leave. Otherwise, I'm going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing until you're at the very end.
The very end? What are you talking about now? The very end of what?
The very end of your wits, of course. And then you and Dan will finally get a divorce and I can start working on trying to set this family straight again. That's all I really want out of this.
So basically you're telling me that your whole purpose with treating me this poorly is just to get me to divorce Dan? Well, I don't know how many times we're going to have this conversation in that case. But if you are going to be saying the same things over and over again, then so will I. And I am telling you for the I don't even know how many time that Dan and I aren't getting a divorce, okay? So don't bother waiting, don't hold your breath, and don't think that any kind of miracle is going to happen for you.
Well, we'll just see about that, won't we? I wouldn't be so confident if I were you.
Well, I don't need confidence when I know that Dan and I have no intention of splitting up ever. I just know it won't happen. Anyways, if this is all that you're going to be saying to me now, I think I've had my fill and I'll be taking my leave now. I'll see you tomorrow when I go to pick you up with Dan. Hey, you were standing right behind me, weren't you? I know that it was you behind me in line. You pushed me into the bathroom and were holding the door closed so that I couldn't get out?
What on earth are you talking about? I didn't do anything, dear. But I guess it was bad fortune that someone just let that big, heavy crate slide right in front of the bathroom door, trapping you in there. But at least you won't have to worry about needing to use the toilet since you're going to be stuck there for a long, long time.
What is the matter with you, Rachel? Is it supposed to be some kind of prank or something? Because it isn't funny. What are you trying to pull here?
Well, isn't it obvious? I was just locking you in the bathroom, that's all. I sure hope someone comes by soon to let you out of there, though.
I don't get it. Why would you do this to me? I mean, Dan and I go to pick you up in the morning so that we can all enjoy going on a little vacation together, and you lock me in the bathroom? Are you really just going to try and keep me trapped here while you just drive away? Do you really think that you're going to get away with this? You've gone way too far right now.
I think the only person that was taking things too far was you. I told you that you were not welcome to come on this family vacation of ours, and you just didn't listen. But now at least we'll finally be able to enjoy ourselves in peace without you.
Well, I'm so happy that you're pleased with yourself right now, but just how long do you think that happiness is going to last? Hold on a second. Why can't I get a hold of Dan? Why won't he pick up my calls?
Well, that's because I told him that I'd hold on to his phone for him, of course. And then I'm going to tell him that you told me that you had an emergency come up. And I'll tell Dan all about how you had to leave early and called a taxi to come and pick you up. And then we can get on with our vacation and you can have fun waiting for someone to rescue you from the toilet.
Are you kidding me? Please tell me that you're not serious about that. Have you guys already left? Did you really just abandon me here?
That's right. We're on the road far, far away from you now. So your fate is out of our hands now. I just hope that someone comes along soon to let you out. Otherwise, you could be in there all night.
So you're sure that it's a good idea to just leave me here then? Is that really what you want to do?
Of course, that's what I want to do. What kind of question even is that? I thought I made it clear that I didn't want you coming on this trip at all.
All right, then fine. Have it your way. But just don't say that I didn't warn you. I hope you both get where you need to be safely.
Dana, are you there? I really have something that I need to talk to you about right now. Where are you? Please tell me.
Let me guess. Things went exactly as I thought they would for you. I heard all about how maybe an hour after you left me, you got on the freeway and ended up in a huge accident. I just hope this serves to teach you a lesson about what you did.
But where is everyone right now? Where are you? Where's Dan? Is Dan okay?
Dan is fine, actually. You were the one who sustained the worst of the injuries. But honestly, just what were you thinking? I mean, you realized that there wasn't anybody else to drive, right? I was coming along because I would have been the only other person capable of driving. But then you just had to go and pull your little prank and put our family in danger in the process. Tell me though, was it worth it?
You have no idea what you're talking about at all. I was in the car. I know how to drive.
Oh, really? Do you? Because if you did know how to drive, then just how did you all end up in that accident then, huh? I mean, you're lucky that you got away with just having your hip broken. You could have lost your life. Don't you realize that? You were acting like a complete idiot, and lo and behold, something bad happened to you.
What did you just call me? How dare you say that to me when I'm the one who got in an accident? I mean, sure, it had been maybe a decade since I last ever drove, but still, a car is a car and I know how to drive. I just didn't think that there'd be so many other cars, and I forgot how fast you have to go on the highway.
So basically, you didn't know how to drive, is what you're saying then. In fact, is your driver's license even still valid, or were you just driving around with an expired license? You know that means you could be arrested for what you did, don't you?
Wait, what? You think that I'm going to be arrested?
I mean, you were the one who was behind the wheel of the car. Who else would be liable? Dan and your husband were drinking, so they weren't going to drive, and the only sober person there was you. But you clearly don't know how to drive anymore, and you don't even have a valid license. You were driving, you caused the accident, it's your fault.
But that isn't fair. It's not like I forgot how to drive. Besides, it's not my fault that I can't get a new driver's license. It's those darn people at the DMV who refuse to renew it for me.
That's right, I had almost forgotten about that. I remember you mentioned that before Dan and I were even married. You mentioned how you told me that you would never be able to renew your license again. Not only did they think you were getting too old, but you had too many strikes on your last one.
But it isn't fair. They sent me to their stupid little driving school. I took all their classes and they still had the nerve to not give me a new one. Surely you must agree that this is horrible, right? I mean, who are they to tell me that I can't drive when I know that I can drive perfectly well? Am I really going to be arrested just for a little fender bender?
Fender bender? Rachel, you are literally in the hospital and unable to move because of the accident that you caused. Not only that, but you could have seriously injured your son and husband. How can you be so focused on yourself when all that might have happened?
Well, I guess that does make some sense when you put it that way.
And that's why I was telling you that I needed to be there to drive. But you had to act completely delusional. You locked me in the bathroom and then just drove off without me.
Please, Tina, there's no need for you to take this kind of tone with me. Don't you think I've already been through enough with all of this? You must know that I never ever wanted any of this to happen, right?
I don't care what your intentions were. Who even gets in a car thinking that they intend to cause a crash anyways? I'm not blaming your intentions. I am blaming the thinking that led up to it. You acted completely irrationally and got your family into a car accident. And that's not saying anything at all about how you locked me in a public bathroom and then just abandoned me.
But I just wanted to take a vacation with my family. Is that really so bad?
But you didn't even get to have that vacation. You all didn't even make it to the destination we were all supposed to be at by now. Why couldn't you have just waited until we all got there before you started trying to bully me? I understand that you didn't want to be around me and that you were worried that I was only going to annoy you, but surely being annoyed has got to be better than being injured. And to think that this is going to be the last real memory we have together before Dan and I cut you out of our lives entirely.
Wait a second, what are you talking about? Why would you and Dan cut me out of your lives?
I've already talked to Dan about it, Rachel. I told him all about the horrible things that you say to me. And now, with all that's happened for the vacation, he just can't tolerate you any longer. In fact, he was already going to talk about this with you before we even went on the trip, if you must know.
Hold on a second. Now that you mention it, Dan did say that he had something important he wanted to talk to me about. You're telling me that this is that? He wanted to tell me that he didn't want me around anymore?
That's right. And there's one more thing that you should know, Rachel. I'm pregnant.
Wait, what? You've got to be kidding me. Why am I just hearing about this now?
You're only hearing about it now because I know that letting you know any sooner wouldn't have been good for me or the baby. I mean, do you have any idea just how stressful it already is talking to you like this? I knew that if I told you I was pregnant, you would be trying to control my life. I talked to Dan about this and told him that I don't know how I was supposed to go through with this if you were going to be constantly breathing down my neck about every little thing. So we talked and said that the best thing to do would be to put physical distance between us all. So we're going to be moving away.
But this is all so much. I can't handle all of this news at once. How is this happening?
It's happening because we didn't want you to know a word of it, but now that we're about to cut you out of our lives anyways, it doesn't really matter. That, and you never even gave me a chance to speak about my life to you. You were always just interested in putting me down. But now you've gone and made a mistake that can't be undone, and in doing so, you've confirmed every fear about you that I've had. And you've shown your son and husband that you're nothing but a mean bully who doesn't deserve the loving family she has.
But wait, Tina, please. If you're pregnant, then this changes everything. I mean, can't we just pretend like nothing ever happened? We can just put all this behind us, can't we? Why didn't you ever tell me about this?
I literally just explained to you why I didn't tell you. Did you even read the messages that I was sending you? I told you that you were just going to try and interfere with our lives even more if you know that I was pregnant. Dan and I were going to use this as the chance to cut you out of our lives. That's why you didn't know about it until now.
But then you mean you're not even going to let me meet my own grandchild?
Well, it's going to be hard for you to meet them anyways if you're behind bars for what you've done.
Please don't say things like that. Huh? You really can't think that they would throw an old lady like me in jail.
I'm sorry, but the law is the law. Do you really think that you're above just because of your age? Either way, you're not going to be our problem anymore. We want nothing to do with you ever again, and we are going to be cutting you out of our lives. Whether or not you get arrested after this, it really makes no difference to me at all.
Just wait, Tina. You can't be serious about this, right? I mean, you're really just going to abandon me during my time of need like this. Please, I had no idea that you were pregnant. That really would have changed everything. I promise that I'll change. I'll help you raise them well. You have to believe me.
We do not want you to have anything to do with our child at all, Rachel. That's the whole reason we're going to be moving as far away from you as we can. Just stay out of our lives and don't come looking for us. Do you understand?
So then you're really serious about all this? But I never even gave Dan permission to do this. You can't just leave me.
I'm afraid that we've already made up our minds and we're going to be moving out. That is final. Just remember that you're the one that's going to have to explain all this to your husband. You're going to have to tell him that you were so horrible to me that you pushed me and your son away to the point that we never want to see you again. In the end, Dan and I moved away. A few months later, we heard through the grapevine that Rachel was discharged and free to go back home, but that her husband was waiting for her there with divorce papers. She was in the hospital for so long recovering that you would have thought she learned some kind of lesson, but apparently it wasn't enough for her husband. Thankfully for her, the other driver in the crash was kind enough to not press any charges on Rachel. But she was still left all alone, without her husband, son, or grandchild. I have no idea how she's getting along now. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.